Hey guys, I'm Megan. I am a silver leader here in Whole Homes. I have made this video probably 20 times or so already. Once the kids came barging in, dogs came barging in. I think the dogs were barking at the cats. I don't know. So I have this little tiny corner in my room that I have set up for meditating and for doing videos for my girls in my group. And so I'm like here on my little kid chair that I have shoved in the corner, just at this point in time, just trying to get through the video. So I laugh because these things take me forever, because you know you like have all this stuff planned in your head of what am I gonna say to make you guys go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And at the end of the day, like whatever comes out of my mouth is what it's gonna be, because I try so hard to make sure I say all the right things all the right way, make sure my words aren't minced, and I stay on track. And I don't know, I think sometimes at the end of the day, the better videos are just when I'm being myself and trying to be real and not trying to memorize the script in my head that I have produced 100 times. So I totally laugh about it every time I'm done, because my camera roll will just be these crazy snapshots of me trying to get this video done. So for fun, I will take a screenshot when we're done and I'll post it in the comments just so you guys can laugh along with me, because that's how this is. When I first started this and Ariana first wanted me to get on social media and do these videos, I was like, oh, that's not gonna happen. Like, I am not gonna do the videos. And I can't remember what platform we were using at first, and she and I did a video and I think I said not a single word. Like, I just literally stood there while she did all the talking, and I think I mixed the soap. But that's what this has done, you know, that's what using the oils and becoming a part of this community and growing in myself and growing with my business and doing all these things and learning all the ins and outs of social media has been crazy. It's a full-time job all on its own. So like I said, I'm Megan. I am one of the silver leaders. I am Ariana's third leg. My group of girls is the Uninhibited Oilers, and that came to me as a result of just doing some work on myself, you know. I've explained it to them, like being uninhibited is just doing things freely and not worrying about the results, you know, not worrying about if we say the right thing or do the right thing, which totally goes against me making 20 videos to try and make sure I've said the right thing, or my hair is the right way, or the kids aren't coming in, or the dog's not in my face, or the cat's not meowing, because that's really the life that I have and the life that I live. It's chaos and it's my chaos. So Ariana and I met in November of 2014. At the time I was selling the mascara, Unique, you know, made your lashes look gorgeous and everybody wanted it. And I was making $7 a tube because I was pink at that time. I think I was pink or something, maybe I was yellow, I don't know. But you start out as one color and you make $5, and then you graduate and you make $7 a tube. Now I was selling like 5 tubes a week. So I mean, I was kicking it. I was like killing it, $35, I was on it. But there's only so much mascara you can sell, and I had kind of exalted all of my friends and family for mascara by then. And so I was organizing this little shopping day at one of the local coffee shops here, and so I had put it out there to the group, one of the Facebook groups that I'm in locally, that I was thinking about doing that. And Ariana reached out and said she was interested, and she gave me a call on the phone, which is big, and I think it's huge for all of us because we don't really do that anymore. We all do everything through instant messaging and texting, and I mean, I do too, and I do part of it because of the kids, because of the dogs, because I'm yelling at everybody half of the time and it's easier to text. But for the sake of this and having that personal conversation, we got on the phone and we started talking, and through the conversation of her wanting to do this and sell her oils, we started talking about my own self and about my kids and my family and the oils. And my only experience prior to talking to her that day with essential oils was I had Googled some stuff. I had field mice in my garage, and peppermint came up, and it was like $23 for a 15 ml of peppermint or something crazy like that. And I was like, oh hell no, I'm not spending that kind of money on oils to get rid of rats or mice. That's ridiculous. I'll get those little sticky papers. They're $5 at Ace Hardware, and I'll put them in a bag and whatever. I know it's not humane, but When you get to a point where I was with the field mice, you're okay with it. God will create more. But anyways, so she and I started talking, and I had just left a job that was horrible. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was making $35 a week selling mascara, and I didn't have $150, to buy a premium starter kit, and that's what it cost at the beginning. And she was like, well, let me give you a rebate, and I felt bad about that. I'm not a person who, I just don't care for handouts, and that's kind of how it felt for me. And so I was like, no, I'll give you, she was like, well, I need mascara. So I gave her mascara. She gave me, I think, whatever our $50 was, our commission. So I put it on a credit card, and I probably shouldn't have, and I'm probably still paying for it, but that's okay. It was one of the best things I have ever done for myself and for my family. And I was so excited about them, and I instantly was Googling and Pinterest, and we were put into we had another group before, and I was looking at everything, and then I was in the Lemon Dropper group, and I was absorbing so much information, and I couldn't wait to tell everybody that I knew about Young Living and about these oils and what they could do, and oh my God, all of this stuff, and I'm going to keep this all very compliant. There's plenty of research that you can do on your own for specific things that you have questions about. The EOPR is your best friend. I bought it, and I used to read it like a Bible every single night. Not to be confused with the Bible, but I read that book, and if I saw somebody said that something was, they had a cold, or gosh, I've got this funny thing going on, I would Google it, I would research it, and I would go to them and say, hey, I know something that can help you. I think knowledge is our greatest power. And there were times where at midnight I would message Ariana, and I would ask her, what does this? But your leader's not always going to be there to answer those questions for you. And so it's our responsibility to make sure that we absorb the information. You guys, there is so much information out there. I made a video for my girls of all the different resources that there are, all the different Facebook groups. If you want to do this and you want to help others by using Young Living and sharing them, you can. And I know my face is familiar to some people. I know it's not as familiar to some people, but I have been around for a long time. I have been doing this faithfully. There hasn't been a day where I haven't used some oil or diffused or a product. I look in my pantry now, and it's like Young Living. Oils, or the oils are in my bedroom, but I use supplements, I use the products, I make my own face creams. My own personal, my win, I would say, is I never had acne as a child. I got acne as an adult. My ex-husband's father was a dermatologist, a very, very well-known dermatologist in the city of Kansas. He does all the ball players and famous fancy people in Kansas City. And he had prescribed me pills and lotions and face washes, and none of it worked. And I'm not a super huge fan of putting things inside of me that mess with my hormones. That's a whole nother story that I have about something that really screwed with my hormones, and nothing oil related or anything like that. Just putting foreign objects into our body is not smart. But I will say, I started making my own face wash. I started making my own face cream that I put on at night. I know shea butter is what most people use. I actually use shea butter and coconut oil at night. And then I use a mixture of oils in that, and I whip it up, and that's what I put on at night. It's very thick, it's very greasy, it's very shiny. But I will tell you, within weeks, my skin was amazing. I very rarely will get a zit at this point in my life. And when I first started, it was bad. It was bad for me. I don't know what bad is for everybody, but for me, it was bad, and I get more compliments on my skin now at this point in time than I ever have in my life. My one grandmother had beautiful skin, flawless skin. And so I feel like I've got her skin now, you know, and not, that sounds so like, yes, I have beautiful, flawless skin. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't have the blemishes like I used to. And I use a moisturizer before I put my makeup on. Now I'm using the Savvy Mineral Makeup. I really do try as much as I can to do, to use Young Living products. And if I don't use Young Living products, I try to use other health conscious products. I don't know. I know that I haven't been very active in here, and I apologize for that. It is your greatest tool. Like, my goodness, Google, Pinterest, Facebook, there are so many resources. Make sure you have the EOPR. If you are doing this and you're wanting to change your life and make it a healthy lifestyle for yourself, for your family, for your friends, whomever, you know, you need the EOPR, and you need, if you have kids, you know, or if you're pregnant or you have babies, I would get the baby book. And I would, if you have pets, get the desk reference for animals, the animal desk reference book. I mean, these books have just been amazing. Business books, there's tons of them out there, you know. I think that we worry so much about like branding ourselves and trying to make ourselves, who we think everybody wants us to be, as I was doing just before with all these videos, you know. I was trying to make sure I was sitting right, or that I was smiling the right way, or that I was doing this, or that I was doing that. And it doesn't matter, because what draws people to me is me. And if I'm fake and I'm not who I really am, and I'm drawing people to me, I'm not drawing the people that belong to be drawn to me. So, and I don't know, you know, I have been discouraged through this journey. It was only supposed to be 10 minutes, and mine's a little bit long, but that's okay, because mine are always a little bit longer. So, and I'm sorry, but hopefully you get something out of it. You know, there have been discouraging times for me. This last year has been a real struggle for me to focus on the oils. My real job, I guess you would say, is I'm an HOA manager, and I have very high-end communities in North Scottsdale that take a lot of time and a lot of my energy, and I focus on that because I am extremely career-driven, and I believe that I can be more than a man can be in a man's world. And so I have to prove that to everybody. And that's what I do in my job, you know. And so it takes a lot of my time. But my goal for this year is to really focus on these oils and to really focus on helping others. And by helping others, I mean helping myself too, because I have a lot of work that needs to be done with me. You know, a lot of stuff that this last year of me focusing so much on my career, I lost a little bit of what mattered most, and that was helping others, you know. And I've seen so many different things floating around on so many different people's pages this year about like your one word. And so I really started to reflect this year about like, what was that? Like, what does that mean? Who, you know, I'm going to be 42 years old here in a few days, and I'm not even certain, like, you know, somebody said, well, what's your hobby? And I was like, I don't have a hobby. And my girlfriend was like, making things is your hobby. So that's it. Like, this is my hobby. So why not make my hobby my life, you know? And through that hobby, I'll have the freedom to do what I want to be, and to be the mom that I want to be again with my kids, so they can do Little League, and they can do Girl Scouts, and they can do all these things that, like, right now I'm paying other people to cart them around to do. So my word for this year has been faith. And so, or for 2018, going into 2018 is going to be faith, and it's faith in myself, faith in my group, faith in my girls, faith in God, and just truly like giving myself over to the hands of God to take care of things. And so I'm going to leave the word fear behind in 2017. So I haven't seen that out there, but I think for me, it's like I'm going to leave the word of fear and failure behind, and I'm going to move forward with faith for the future. So I hope that helped you guys. I'm sorry that I ran more than I was supposed to. It was supposed to be 10 minutes, but like I said, I tried so hard to make it this perfectly scripted little thing, and that's not me. Like, I'm not perfectly scripted. I am like all over the place. I'm excited about it. I'm passionate about the things that I'm doing, and I think if I share that with you guys, it makes more sense than the scripted Megan that I was trying to do. So I hope that you guys are getting something out of this. I'm excited to be a part of it, and I look forward to seeing a lot more of you next year when we do it again, okay? You guys have a happy New Year's.